దాంట్లో నుంచి కనెక్ట్ అవుతాను.
Hi Pawan, welcome to Vybhava Hadoop Administration Essential course. So what we are going to learn here is how to install. What is install means? It's not installing your how to install data center and how to configure your Hadoop cluster and how you are going to build your environment and how we are going to control our environment and how we are going to monitor. Administration means it cover only the 5 parts, which is installing the data center and configuring, after that building the complete environment, then controlling and monitoring. This is the administration. Daily task of administration is these things. Okay. Then coming to introduction of mine, I am Prasad. I am instructor for this Hadoop administration course. I have overall experience of 9 years of experience, and I worked with Unix and AWS for 5 years. Now I am working with the Hadoop environment from last 4 years. Working with a big MNC company which has multiple clusters for Hadoop. Okay, this is simply about me. I am working with Mapper and Hadoop, Apache Hadoop cluster now. Okay. So coming to today's topics. First, we are going to discuss about what is data, because Hadoop related to the big data. Before entering the big data, first of all, we have to know what is data. For that, first few minutes we will discuss about what is data. Later, we will enter to the big data. What is big data? Why it became big data, and how it is becoming big data. Later, what is Hadoop? First, we know the data and we know big data. Then it is Hadoop. So how it is related to Hadoop? How it is related to big data? Okay, we will talk about this, and later we will discuss about the key characteristics and why Hadoop and what is the job opportunities in Hadoop if you learn this course, and we will discuss about the Hadoop architecture. Okay, so coming to the lesson for today. So this slide represents state of data, but before talking about this slide, I would like to discuss about data. So what is data? You may know something about data, but can you describe anything about data? What is data?
Data, that is it is going to have some values.
Okay.
Its numbers are some strings, text, that I consider it as a data.
Okay, data is nothing but information. It is a information which contain the values. There is so many definitions for data, but according to me, which I understand myself, that is, data is nothing but it is an information stored in a place. It may be on paper, or it may be on text file, it may be on XML, it may be on website, or it may be in RDBMS, whatever, which contain the information that is called data. According to me, that is the definition. There is so many definitions in Google if you search, but the simplest way to explain, whatever contain the information, which have value, that is called data. Okay. And how data is growing day by day. So in 2008, there is some amount of data. Comparatively 2015 current state, it is 90% of world data created in last 4 years only. Okay, how it is creating and how it is increased, we will discuss in few minutes. Okay, and coming to the types of data, there is 3 types of data available. Data is categorized in the 3 types. Okay, one is unstructured, second one is semi-structured, and third one is structured data. So unstructured data, what is unstructured data? Unstructured data is nothing but your text files, your photos, your PDFs, and whatever stored in your local hard disk, that is called unstructured data. Why it is unstructured data? So it's nothing but there is no particular pattern to write it. You can type whatever. If you open your notepad and you can type whatever you want there is no rule. You have to keep only 5 words in a line. You have to maintain only three words in a word, 3 letters in a word, like that. Okay, there is no structure. Whatever you want, you can do. That type of data is called unstructured data. Okay. The second one is semi-structured data. What is semi-structured data? Semi-structured data is nothing but which has a formal syntax, formal structure, like XML file. If you open an XML file, it will contain the tags. The XML file contains the tags. In between of tags, you will store data in a given format. Okay. Another example is your CSV files, your Excel files and CSV files. Okay, those are considered as a semi-structured data. And what is structured data? Structured data is nothing but your relational database like Oracle, MS SQL and MySQL, Portuguese. These are structured data. What is the difference between semi-structured and structured data? Okay, first we will discuss about structured data. What is structured data? It contains a schema. Okay, it follows a schema. It follows a syntax. Like suppose if you take any database, any relational database, it has rows and columns. Okay, the columns contain the field values like your name and your first name, your surname and your address, like that. So if you miss any value in that, it won't store your data. It will throw an error. So it has a fixed value for the data storing. That is called structured data. Okay. So what is the difference between structured data and semi-structured data? Structured data is predefined schema, but in semi-structured data you are defining different values for different fields. That is semi-structured. Okay, we are going to database. So I want to stop here about this data, but you have to remember there is 3 types of data available in the there is three type of data available. That one is unstructured. The examples are text files, PDFs and photos and your emails. Okay, and coming to semi-structured data, our XML files and CSV files, these are considered as a semi-structured data, and our relational database is considered as a structured data. Okay, by seeing this graph, by seeing this graph, we can say that in 1990s there is a little amount of data. After that, it is growing. The growth is very huge in data. The growth is very huge in data, like this. So the blue color indicates that semi-structured and unstructured data, and the green indicates that structured data. So in that, when we compare this graph, the structured data is not that much used, but the semi-structured data is growing huge. Okay, when it is growing, there will be 3 problems. That is volume, where the volume means the size. So where this data is stored. Nowadays in market we are available only 4 TB of hard disk maximum size. According to my knowledge, I don't know the current market exactly. According to my knowledge, there is 4 GB of hard disk available. 4 TB of hard disk is available in the market. But this data is in terabytes and petabytes. So how you are going to store it? If for a normal server, there will be 4 slots to 8 slots of hard disk slots available. It configured with the RAID. So maximum capacity is almost, if you place all 4 with 4 TB, it is almost 16 TB only. It won't give more than that. Okay. And there is other solutions also like storage, SAN and NAS. We are not going to discuss about that. For a normal, we are showing the differences between the normal server environment and Hadoop environment. For that, I am comparing like that. Okay. And the 3 problems are, one is volume, and second is velocity and variety. So we don't know what type of data is coming. For coming to the variety, we don't know what type of data is coming. Okay, it may be structured, it may be unstructured, or it may be relational database, whatever it is. Okay, the velocity, the volume, and the processing and everything We will discuss about these three in the next slide. So coming to big data, what is big data? Big data is nothing but lot of data. When coming to data, it is in MB, KB, KB, kilobytes and megabytes and gigabytes. It is called data. Relational database can store up to terabytes of data. Okay, but when we are reading from the database, the processing speed will very less. It takes a lot of time to process our requests. Okay, and when it is coming to the petabyte data, it is now according as per I know, there is no database can handle the petabyte of data. Okay, so how it is generating, how data is generating, the automated environment. Nowadays everything is automated. Okay, so how it is generating huge data? Mainly when the smartphones available in the market, the data growth is very huge. So we are taking pics and we are storing it in the Google Cloud or Apple Store. Okay, and we are using social media like Facebook and YouTube, Twitter. So when we are hitting a like or whatever, it will generate a log and it will store in the database. Okay, for a person, normal person will like almost 30 to 50 pics every day. Normal user, not addicted user, a normal user. I suppose take I am example. I will open my account in the evening. I will check all the posts on my Facebook and whatever I like, approximately 20 to 30, I will like and I will put some comments and all those things. It will generate some data. Like that Twitter have millions of, Twitter and Facebook have millions of users. So if you calculate per user, it is 1 MB. So what is the amount of data? Can you guess? Okay, and that is one type of data. And another one is, I given few examples how data is growing. One flight collects 10 TB of sensor data for every 30 minutes for flying time. Okay, what it stored? The flight is going on air. What it is storing? Where it is storing? You may know or not. You may not know, but there is a storage device in a flight that called block box. So it will store the every moment of flight, in which angle it is taking right, which angle it is taking turns, and on which height it is going, and what is happening, what is the force, air force to the plane, and what is the pilot movements and everything. It will capture everything, whatever the movement is going, and if is there any what is the engine capacity and how speed it is, what is the energy it is generating, and everything it will record. So what is the size of data? For 30 minutes it is generating 10 TB. Okay, after what we will do with this data, we will discuss on next slide. Okay, it is storing the data. For a normal flight, it is collecting 10 TB of sensor data. Okay, the second one is stock exchange, the share market. It generates about 1 TB of trade data per a day. So when we are buying and selling our shares, right? So it is approximately 1 TB data per a day. And what they will do with this data, we will discuss in few minutes. Okay. And social media, like I already explained about this, social media likes, Facebook likes, and YouTube content and everything. Okay, Facebook has already 10 petabytes of data, and it is adding 1 petabyte every day. The biggest data available in the IT sector is only Facebook. The biggest cluster available is for Yahoo, but the biggest data is in Facebook. Okay. Twitter has 400 million tweeters in 1 hour. It generates almost 15 TB of data per day. Okay, and global IP data is in zettabytes in a day. What is global IP data? Global IP data is nothing but when you are hitting google.com, right? So it will start processing from your computer. First, it will take your local LAN IP address. It will record the IP address. From there, it will record your router or any WAN address. From there, how it is going to, if you want, I will show the how it is traveling, how much data it will generate, I will show. Just I want to show a small example. You can see here how it is traveling. My packet, I pinged that google.com, how it is traveling. So all this record is stored in global dot. Could you see this? Actually, this is the name it resolved. It went to the first it resolves the IP address of Google server which is available. Name, its IP address is, its local IP address is, okay. And when it is coming to, it is like this. It went to the this IP address. Okay, after that this is the next target, next destination, and next it is the route. So finally it reached where? This one. Okay, how many lines it is stored now? 9, 10, 11, 14 lines. Just for Google, when you are reaching your Google, just whenever you have a doubt, just you will click on Chrome or any internet browser and you will type google.com. But for that, it will record almost 20 lines to get the Google web page. Okay, the type of data almost in zettabytes per a day. Okay, so this is these many ways data is going every day. For that, previously discussed that for these reasons we are getting data huge. Okay, and American 2/3 of American companies are planning to move to big data in next 3 years plan. It's almost 1 year over, so there is in next 2 years there will be 2/3 of American companies in Hadoop. So okay, everything is okay, but what is Hadoop? What is relation between big data and Hadoop? The main question. So what is Hadoop means? Hadoop, these are two different parts. Don't there is no interconnection between big data and Hadoop. Big data is nothing but large set of data. Okay. Hadoop. What is Hadoop? Hadoop is a distributed software solution framework. It is a framework. What it has? It has only two components. One is open source data storage, that is called HDFS, and processing API, that is called MapReduce. Okay, there is only two parts. One is MapReduce. You can see this diagram. This is my Hadoop rack, Hadoop cluster. You may not understand it right now, but I am sure once we start working with Hadoop, once we start installing Hadoop, you can understand the picture clearly. But just I want to show you the cluster. I want to show you the environment in a diagram. That's why I kept here. Okay, what it contains have only two parts. One is HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. The full form of HDFS is Hadoop Distributed File System. It is a open source data storage solution. Okay, processing API is MapReduce. So what MapReduce is doing and what Hadoop is doing? Hadoop is providing the storage. Like in first slide I discussed about how we are storing data, right? So it is providing the distributed file system, means distributed storage. We will discuss in next slide what is distributed storage, how it works. Okay, And MapReduce, what is MapReduce? It is a API. Okay, just give a moment. Okay, and what Hadoop contain extra? There is some libraries like HBase, Hadoop. We will discuss about all these things when we enter to the actual classes. Okay. Now what we understand, Hadoop is nothing but a software solution framework. It contains Hadoop HDFS and MapReduce. What HDFS will do? What HDFS stands for? Hadoop Distributed File System. What is MapReduce? It is a API. It will work for Hadoop. It is a processing API. Okay. What HDFS is doing? It is providing a solution for storing the data. And what MapReduce is doing? It is giving a solution for processing our data. Okay. These are the main things, main uses of Hadoop. Okay. And these are the two core components of Hadoop. So how
What
Hadoop is useful
about
for business?
projects which you have mentioned in the third line?
The projects is nothing but the libraries. HBase is a project and Hive is a project. Hive is a database project. Ping is a processing project. That is the library. That projects provide the libraries. The project output is a library. It is called as project and libraries. For that, I maintain it. I don't want to make you confused. If someone tell what is a Hive, I am working with Hive project, then you may doubt. Hive is a library. Why you are not? Why is talking about project? It is not a project, right? You don't want to. I don't want to make a confusion in your mind. For that, I kept it is it is called as a project and as a library both. So it is nothing. There is no difference.
For administrator, what is the use of these projects or libraries? They need to install or they need to do anything with that?
They need to install, and whenever if you are facing, if a user is facing some problem, like he is not able to execute his Hive command, if he is not able to run his pig scripts, so at that time you need a basic knowledge of these tools, these libraries to troubleshoot his problem. You are not going to write a query or you are not going to write a program for Hadoop. But when a developer already developed his program and given to us to execute in the production, but it is not executing. At that time, it is helpful to you to troubleshoot yourself without depending on the developer. If you will get some basic errors, right? Based on that, you may correct yourself if it is a minor.
Okay.
Okay, for that, having a basic idea is advantage for us. For a small thing, we can't go to we cannot go to a developer and we cannot give it to them, right? For that is a basic idea. We are not going to develop, we are not going in depth, but we are introducing these things and why it is using and what is the purpose. Suppose your developer tell that my Hive core is not working, so you have to know that why it is not working, right? For troubleshooting purpose part, it will be helpful for us.
Yeah, Prasad.
Okay.
In this picture, you mentioned HDFS and MapReduce, both the sides, and you never mentioned HBase, Hive, and Pig on this picture. So where does it comes? How it fit into your Hadoop?
I am showing only core Hadoop components.
Okay.
These are the libraries like a
Oh,
plugin to our Hadoop cluster.
okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
what we are learning now, Hadoop administration. Okay. Those are the add-ons. So
Okay.
what I am representing here is only Hadoop cluster.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So how Hadoop is helpful for business? So I given so many here, but you may know these things or not, but I will read out and I will tell what it is and how Hadoop going to create it also I will explain. Okay. For risk modeling and customer analysis and recommendation engine, ad targeting and transactional analysis, thread analysis and search quality. Okay. These are, I will tell what is risk modeling. what is risk modeling means, if you are trying for, if you applied for a credit card, okay, so you apply to the bank received the application and you given all details. Okay, what he will do is, first he will take your PAN number or citizenship number, whatever you given the mandated documents, and he will go through your past history. So did you take in any previous cards? Are you paying it correctly? Or you have any black marks? You have the correct CIBIL score and all those things. He will look in that. If you meet the minimum requirement, then only he will provide the card. So how he is doing? So he is analyzing your complete background. So your previous cards, if your previous loans, and what is your income source, how it is working, and all those things that is called. Why is taking? Why it is called risk modeling? If he is giving a credit card for you, if you use it, you are going to pay it or not. He can analyze from your previous data, and he is taking the decision. So there, the risk may be less. If you are a good customer, you are paying everything on time. Happily, he can give a credit card. If you are not, if you are a default customer, you won't give. So there is risk analysis happen. So that is called risk modeling. It is mainly used in financial sector. Okay. Customer trends analysis. What is customer trends analysis? Nothing but a website, online website. Take Amazon. Okay, Amazon is selling so much, and all of a sudden, all users are dropping from Amazon, and they are not. They are leaving the Amazon account. They are deleting their Amazon accounts. So you want to know that why they are leaving the Amazon. Why they are leaving the Amazon. In that case, what he will do is, what the leaving customer, he will put a survey at the end of the session. Okay, he can analyze that session and he can improve himself. If some customer, all customers, they will write a reason for that. So he will analyze and he will improve that. For that, it is helpful. And recommendation engine. The same example I am taking. If you went to Amazon online shopping site, right? If you search for one product, so at the bottom you will see that the recommended products. So how he is doing? So he is taking your search input and he is searching his total products and what are related to what are similar products available in his site. He is showing it as a recommendations. Okay. So ad targeting. What is ad targeting? I am taking example as the YouTube. Okay. When you click a YouTube video, first you will get an ad. Okay. How is putting ads? So why some videos there is no ads, but the popular videos there is so much ads. So how he is analyzing? So what he will do is, he will search his log server and he will analyze the people taste, which videos are frequently seen and what are the hot videos in my YouTube site. So he will analyze, and most hited videos he will put more ads, and that is one way. And the ad targeting is in separate way. Suppose I am taking the Flipkart. Okay. One day Flipkart put a 30% discount on electronics, and another day 30% discount on women clothes, and another day and some like that. Okay. He will analyze the data on which day there was huge business. Okay. We will analyze, and next time you don't want to put the least business day ad offer. Add nothing but offer. Okay, like that they are improving their business. And coming to another example, someday he given an ad in the paper. Okay, another day he given in the television, another day he send an SMS. So on which day the business is huge. Based on that, he will next time he will invest on that media only. And if it is used on television ad, so next time he will spend more money on television only. He won't go for the newspaper and like that. Okay, that is the ad targeting. Okay, transaction analysis. It is nothing but like your bank transactions, like risk modeling. It is nothing but like risk modeling only. Okay, and threat analysis. So what is this threat analysis? Threat analysis is nothing but you have a website. Okay, and there is a number of hits are coming to your website and everything, but someone is trying to log into your server, like Amazon server. You take everything, we can explain everything on Amazon because it's a huge. Okay, it is everywhere. It is in marketing. It is there in services, and it is there. Whatever, wherever you go, the Amazon follows you almost like Hutch. Okay, so I'm taking the Amazon. So you have a you have a cloud server, and you are analyzing. Someone is trying to log in. So when you know that, when you are audit your log server, so who is attempting and what is your log, your var log messages. When you analyze that, then only you will know that someone is trying to connect to my server and they are trying to hacking. Okay, that is what is search quality. For example, Google. If you type a letter, single letter, if it is the next letter automatically you will find then immediately you will find the search. There is some list. So what he is doing when you are typing pen, so immediately he is showing that pencil also. So what he is doing, given from the given input, he already indexes all these pages. It's almost 16 billion pages he indexed. Okay, when you type the first letter, and automatically the continued letter will be available on your search bar. Okay, these type of how all these are happening because of Hadoop. Okay, so who are using this Hadoop? Facebook, Yahoo, and Amazon, eBay, and so on. There is so many companies are using Hadoop. So what is the key characteristics of Hadoop? Why only Hadoop? It is a distributed file system. We will discuss all this in next classes. Distributed file system, but nothing but it is we are storing a file in distributed mode. Like if you are storing a file means it is available on 3-4 machines. A part of file will be in one machine, another part of file will be in one machine, like that. Okay, that is, so if one machine is down also, your data is available on the remaining 3 machines. We will discuss in detail next when we are discussing about the HDFS. We will discuss about this in next class. Okay, processing of large data sets. How it is happening because of MapReduce. What is MapReduce and everything we will discuss on the next class. Okay, and scalability. What is scalability? If your file size is growing and growing, keep on growing. Your storage is full, so you can scale up it without disturbing the current file system. That facility is available in Hadoop, and the flexibility. And there is no need of a costly servers and high-end servers for this Hadoop. It runs on the commodity hardware like normal workstations. Commodity hardware nothing. Don't think that this is not normal in our desktops. In production environment, we won't use our desktops. Minimum of workstations. Okay, and it is fault tolerance. If one server down, also your data and your process is up and running, and your data is available. Your process is still running. There is no interruption for that. That facility is available in Hadoop. Okay, intelligent means the performance because of MapReduce. We will discuss all these things in next classes. If you understand all this, you are a Hadoop administrator. You know everything about Hadoop. Okay. So why only Hadoop? Why I'm not telling only why Hadoop? Okay, there is so many, but why Hadoop? It is cheaper, scale to petabyte or metabyte or more, petabytes and zettabytes also. Why it is cheaper means we are using commodity hardware. Commodity hardware means nothing but a workstation or server which has a little bit hardware like 20 GB RAM, 30 GB RAM. We don't need the TBs of RAM and all. Once you set up the environment, you will understand what is commodity hardware and how it is works. Okay, and it is faster. Why? It is parallel data processing with the help of MapReduce. What MapReduce does, it will split a task in multiple chunks and it will run the process in multiple nodes and it will give the output to the MapReduce and it will give the output. Okay, it is a small introduction. You cannot understand with my words. Once you started working with Hadoop, you will know everything. Okay, and better suits for particular big data solutions. Okay, and Hadoop distributions. How many types of Hadoop distributions are available? There is three types. One is open source, and second one is commercial, and third one is cloud. Open source is free of cost. Commercial also free of cost, but when commercial means it is not, it is charging for only for supporting, not for the product. For product support they are charging. Okay. Cloud, it is ready to use, pay per use. Okay. The cloud is, so there is three types of distributions available. In that, open source is Apache Hadoop, and commercial versions are Cloudera, Hortonworks, and Mapper. Okay, and cloud versions are AWS and Amazon, AWS and Windows Azure. Okay, the difference between open source and commercial, there is no difference, and it is only there is no support for Apache Hadoop. Okay, and commercial version they will give the support. If you want to use this Cloudera, Hortonworks, and Mapper, you can use in a free source also, but they won't give any support for you. There is some limitations. Okay.
If you are using Cloudera, that is also called Hadoop.
Cloudera is not, Cloudera is a Hadoop version.
Cloudera is another vendor.
Another vendor, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. These three are separate vendors.
So on which
Yeah,
we are going to have the lab or practical sessions?
I am going to work with the Apache Hadoop.
Apache Hadoop.
Yeah.
Okay.
If want, we can go with the Cloudera also.
Okay. Great.
And I can show the interface of Mapper, but which we have the test environment. I
Mm-hmm.
will show the interface and how it works, how it looks. You can see that. Okay, and we are going to see the ganglia monitoring and Nagios monitoring. All those things we are going to see. Okay,
Okay.
it is only available in Vybhava Technologies. If you go for other provider, I don't know, but we are going to show the live environment to you, the
Okay.
production environment. Yeah.
Mhm. So,
So what
do
is
you
it?
provide any test cases, how to set up everything? You prepare any material for that one? User guides,
Yeah, we will.
steps.
Yeah, I will give the user guide. Lab guide will I will provide the lab guide. How can you build your, what are the steps you build your, what are the steps you have to take to build your lab. We are going to do in practical in the live sessions also, but for your reference we will prepare a lab guide and we provide to you.
Okay, great.
Okay, and Hadoop is not a replacement for the RDBMS, but there is some differences to Hadoop and RDBMS. Hadoop is only for big data. It is not complete replacement of the RDBMS. Okay. Why Hadoop came into picture? RDBMS only works for the structured data. Hadoop works for the unstructured and semi-structured data. It is not the complete problem. What is the difference between the both? I want to show on this slide. For RDBMS, the schema on write. So you can when you are writing data to a database, you are following the schema. But when you are reading the data, you are not following the schema. Means you can select any part of data. But while writing, you have to maintain all parts of all fields of data. Okay. In Hadoop, schema and read. So when you are writing a query, you will read all the data and you will filter the data in Hadoop. Okay. The schema is on write on RDBMS, the schema is on read in Hadoop. Okay. And RDBMS is interactive. Interactive means you have to execute the queries and you have to get the results and again you have to interact. It is like a question and answering type. Okay. And Hadoop is batch mode. And it is RDBMS also nowadays with PLSQL we can do that batch mode, but it built for interactive only. Okay, and RDBMS works for structured data and Hadoop works for unstructured and semi-structured data. It is not complete replacement of data RDBMS. It is Hadoop came in picture to solve the problem with the data, unstructured and semi-structured data. Okay, and okay, I come to Vybhava Technologies and I learn everything. So, what is the scope of job? Is there jobs in the market or not? I don't know. So, I may go for this course or not. Don't worry, you go to and search in Indeed. Indeed is the international website for job portal and jobs, and it will give the feedback like what jobs are available, how the job growth is there in how the job growth available. Sorry, how jobs are available in the IT field and all those things. Okay, when coming, I taken this picture from Indeed only. So when I go through Hadoop administrator, Hadoop jobs, so the graph is like this. It was started in 2009. Yeah, in 2009, Hadoop jobs have started in 2009. There was very less, but coming to now, it is in 2015. It is very huge, and in coming years, we can expect by this graph. Okay. Okay, what are the, okay, I decided to learn Hadoop. So what are the available courses? So Vybhava have three type of courses. One is Hadoop developer. It is for the Hadoop development like Hive programming, and everything. And second one is Hadoop administrator, which we are demonstrate and which we are going to continue from tomorrow classes. And Hadoop architecture, it is upgraded version of Hadoop admin. Architecture means nothing but planning a Hadoop and what are the related things and what is the major planning and how we have to give the structure of our will go to installations. Okay, there is three type of installations available. One is single and pseudo mode and multi node. Okay, the three we are going to do implementation. And we are going to discuss about MapReduce, how MapReduce works, and what is the technology involved in that. Okay. After that, the introduction. We will do only introduction. We are not going to write any programs. So the basic content we will provide on Pig and Hive, HBase, Zookeeper, and Scoop. Okay. And we are going to discuss some troubleshooting techniques also. Okay. In my classes, I am going to use lab environment like CentOS and Apache Hadoop and Java 1.7. If you want to go with Cloudera, we are ready to go. So whatever option, I am providing option to you. So if you are interested in learning Hadoop, Hadoop is the core. So Cloudera is a customized. The base version is Hadoop. If you know Hadoop, Apache Hadoop, it is similar. All versions are similar. There is some slight changes with add-ons. Okay. So okay, I am interested to take this course. What should you know? The basic Linux commands means how to change the directory, how to edit a file like this. It is available in Windows and Linux both. I saw only Linux environments, production environments. There is no Windows environments. Okay, so basically we are focusing on production only because if you get a job in Hadoop environment, we are going to work with basic Linux. So we are going to work with the Linux environment only. So from scratch we are working on Linux. Okay, the basic Linux command. If you know, it is good. If you don't know, also don't worry. I am going to take one complete class on Linux basic. So by that you will be familiar with the basic Linux commands. Okay, it is good if you know relational database and programming language. It is useful for Hive and Pig. Okay, when we are using. But if you don't know, also don't worry. We will discuss in our classes.